Alright, so in this video, we're going to be going over the song I Believe by Phil Wickham, and the song's in the key of D, and the time signature is in 4/4. And so my idea for this song is at the very end, there's an outro, and there's a hook that the guitar player is doing, and the piano player is kind of doubling up that guitar hook, and so it sounds like this. And then it repeats it. And then it ends. So my idea was in between that first hook and the second hook, it repeats it. So do a riff right after that first hook into the second hook. So let's listen to the song so we can kind of get a context of it. And then we can see how we can apply a riff in between those two outro hooks. So it goes to a tag. And then here's the outro right here. And then the riff would go right here into the last hook. And then it ends. So the subdivision that I want to use, I'm thinking, let's see, so here's the tempo. So it's kind of a driving song, right? It's kind of a four on the floor. Just kind of it's really moving fast. So if we did a triplet just doesn't seem like it would go in this particular song. So if we did a 16th note, 3, that's a quarter note, 1, 2, 3. An eighth note would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. That's a little slow. 16th note would be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. I think a 16th note is how we would do this riff. So for a starting or ending note, what stands out to me, we kind of figure out where our hand position is going to go into that riff. Because we have to make sure when we start the riff, we can start it without kind of messing up what we're already playing. So we're doing octaves. And then we do the riff, and we come back into this same position. So we end the riff, we start here. And our hand position is here before we go into the riff. So kind of somewhere in between here and here is kind of where we would want this riff to land. So first thing we really have to do is count how many notes we want it to be. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, it's on the 4 count. And then it counts another 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes back to the intro. I think that sounds right. Yeah, so almost leading into that. So and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So that kind of sounds right to me. And a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a back to here. So I think that would be and a 1, E and a 2, E and a 3, E and a 4, E and a. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16 notes, and then there's 2 that go into it. So 16 plus 2 is 18, and then you have to have one more note because you're going to use that last note to go back into the riff. So 16 plus 2 plus 1. So it's 19 notes that should be this riff, I think. Let's just make sure that's right. And a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1. Yeah, so 16, and then the 2 that go into that riff, so so that's 2 more, and then 1 more to land it on the 1. Yeah, so that's 16, 17, 18, 19 notes that this riff will be. 19 notes. So, do we want to do a major or a minor scale? The song's in the key of D, so my rule of thumb is you hit a flat 7. So in the key of D, my flat 7 would be a C. And that does not sound right at all to me. Because it's almost... right? It's not really a bluesy song. It's just a straightforward song. So it's not bluesy at all. So that's flat 7 doesn't work, which means we're not going to do a minor scale because the flat 7 doesn't sound good. So we'll do a major scale. Next thing we have to ask is, are we going to do a pentatonic or a blues scale? So my rule of thumb on that is just listen to the song and does it sound like a bluesy song? It doesn't. It sounds very not bluesy. So we would do a pentatonic scale. So we'll do a major pentatonic scale that's going to be, what did we say, 19 notes? So 19 note major pentatonic scale in the key of D. So the key of D, we have to make sure that we know what our D major pentatonic scale is. And so you just kind of work that out. Make sure you have your chart and you can do the correct fingering. Do it a couple octaves. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Now we have to make sure that we can play it at tempo, right? Because this song is pretty quick. And we're doing 16th notes. So that is going to be how fast we have to play this riff. So make sure that you can. And a lot of these faster riffs, what helps me, instead of just going all 19 notes all the way up and doing 3 or 3.5 octaves or whatever it is, breaking it up, and so you can, you can start up here and go down and then go back up and then go down, or you can start it in the middle and go down and then come back up. You could even do that a couple times. Right, so kind of mix up the pentatonic scale and use kind of different octaves, or you can break it up however you want to make sure that you can hit that speed and it sounds nice and smooth. So what I'm thinking is, so I almost want to, it sounds like I want to go, something kind of like that. Right? 1, let's see. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So that would be 19 notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. Something like that. I kind of want to go back up. Like that would be cool. Like if we went down and then went back up, because then, and especially if you hit octaves on that last note, because then you're in the same position that you start. And then go back up. Is that 19? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You go back up 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would sound great. And you just have to make sure that's kind of a sticky part, right? Because your thumb's down here, you bring it up, and then you immediately have to bring your thumb back down to hit that octave. So that may have to be something that you kind of practice over, a couple times to make sure you can get it. So let's see here. That's kind of hard actually, because you're moving and you have to jump up here. So maybe instead of hitting this E, we'll bring it up to here because we'll be a little bit closer. We'll go up here. one thing that I like to do, especially if I'm playing real fast, it's very easy to get off tempo and play it too fast, right? Because when you're in there, you might have rushed it a little too much and beat the band to that one chord. So what I like to do is keep tempo in my left hand, and that kind of helps my right hand stay on tempo and not either rush or slow down. Right? Because every time you hit this, you're hitting quarter notes. And actually you go to the 1. Kind of like that. Or if you're good with your tempo, you don't have to keep tempo, and then your riff will stand out more because this isn't kind of muddying up the riff. So it just kind of depends on how, what works best for you. So let's try this a couple more times. More times. Yeah, I think that works. So now, once we have it and we can kind of play it smooth, we'll go back and play it with the song just to make sure that that riff sounds good and it fits in context with the music. So let's do it with the song. Yeah, I think that sounds great. So now that we finished that one, let's go ahead and move on to the next song.